You can never go wrong with listening to Stephen A. Smith on ESPN's First Take. He has a unique style of expressing himself. Born in the Bronx borough of New York, his accent is like that of mobsters in the movie The Godfather. His expressions are so compelling you get lost watching and listening to him. Plus, he's hilarious. This video will show you the unique style of how he expresses himself while analyzing predictions of European players in the NBA. But before that, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now back to Stephen A. Smith. Molly Querim, the host of First Take, asked him if the New York Knicks will regret trading away Kristaps Porzingis to the Dallas Mavericks after signing a 5-year, $158 million extension. Here's what he had to say. "No, I do not. See, here's the reality of the situation. I've crystallized my point to Max on several occasions. The New York Knicks are to blame for ultimately the circumstances and the environment that surrounded Porzingis, but in the end, he walked into the office, according to what I was told, and basically said to them, 'Look, I want out. If you don't get me out, I'm going to sign this qualifying offer. I'll be here with you for the next year.' Remember, Porzingis was injured and the organization didn't know when he was coming back. By the way, everyone will know that I want to leave." The New York Knicks knew that their whole hopes and dreams rested on free agency, particularly the summer before KD went down. So what do? You move him, along with Courtney Lee, Tim Hardaway, and Trey Burke to the Mavs. You clear in excess of $40 million in cap space. In a lot of ways, he was right. The New York Knicks had no choice but to move him because there was no guarantee that they would land a superstar in free agency. Better to cash out on Porzingis, get assets and a few draft picks, and build around the draft than lose him for nothing. That move would have ensured they had a lot of money in the future to sign stars who would want to play in the Garden. This next European player, as explained by my previous videos, took the league by storm in his rookie year. Winning Rookie of the Year, averaging 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists for the Mavs, Luka Doncic was compared to NBA legends like LeBron, Magic Johnson, and Wilt Chamberlain. Post-draft, Stephen A. Smith wanted the Phoenix Suns to pick DeAndre Ayton. Rightfully so, because he was a beast playing for the Arizona Wildcats. As the middle of the 2018 season unfolded, the Phoenix Suns clearly made the wrong decision, and the Atlanta Hawks wouldn't admit it, but they made a huge mistake by trading the pick to the Dallas Mavericks. Here's what he had to say. "Luka Doncic is that dude. He's got a lot of skills. He and Trae Young will be linked for years and years to come. You're going to look at Trae Young, and you will ask yourself, if you're the Dallas Mavericks, did I make a mistake by moving to select Doncic and surrendering a first-round pick in the future, or did I make the right decision? That's all I'm saying here. Luka Doncic is the Rookie of the Year. In the games that matter early in the season, he was doing what he was doing. His numbers are better than Trae Young, and he did it in a more meaningful time. He showed out from the beginning, the middle of the season, and he showed out at the end. But no matter how strong Trae Young came on, it still didn't match what he was doing consistently. Luka Doncic is the league Rookie of the Year, period." There was no question that Dallas made the right decision in trading for Doncic. Dirk was about to retire that year, and for years now they were looking for that next star to replace him. They drafted Dennis Smith Jr. a year before, and even though he got skepticism from critics, the organization and fans supported the kid. At first, they wanted to test how they would fit together. There were most nights that they would mesh, but the people watching knew it was forced. The Mavericks and Smith didn't have much time and patience. While we're on the topic of the Dallas Mavericks, we can't skip out, in my opinion, the greatest European player ever to play, Dirk Nowitzki. A lot of big men in his era tried to extend their range, but Dirk had that to an art form. Coming out of Germany, his shooting touch and range were second to none. When he developed that drive and post game, you're not stopping this man. On March 8, 2017, at ESPN's First Take, Smith and Max Kellerman were debating if Dirk was a top 10 player in NBA history. He said this. "No, I'm not going to give him that. I got a lot of love for Dirk, future Hall of Famer. He's everything in terms of what they say about him from an international perspective, in terms of being a guy who's played in the NBA. He's definitely top 20, I'll give him that kind of love. You can make a legitimate argument for me to be top 15. But when we talk about top 10, you got Querim, Wilt, Hakeem Olajuwon, Shaq, Michael Jordan, Magic, Kobe, LeBron, Oscar Robertson, Larry Bird, the list goes on and on. Dirk Nowitzki, up until Steph Curry arrived, I considered probably the greatest shooter since Larry Bird. At 7 feet, you're not going to block his jump shot. You can have a debate whether it was him or Tim Duncan in terms of great power forward, but when we talk about top 10 max, I can't give him that. Despite what Stephen A. said, you can't take away what Dirk and the Dallas Mavericks did in their 2011 championship run. This might be the most underrated championship run of all time. That year, their title came at the expense of the new-look Miami Heat, who was already the most hated team then because LeBron decided to take his talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat. Nobody in the NBA saw these Mavericks coming because of all the disappointments from past seasons. The spotlight was on Boston because they suffered a crushing defeat in Game 7 of the previous championship and on the defending champions, the LA Lakers. Plus, the Dallas Mavericks were such a disappointment from previous years, causing them to be overlooked. In the 2006 playoffs, Dirk beat the defending champion San Antonio Spurs and his best buddy in Phoenix, Steve Nash. They were up 2-0 against the Miami Heat, but Dwayne Wade went on to channel his inner Air Jordan and won the next 4 games. Remember the We Believe Warriors in 2007? The Dallas Mavericks had an unbelievable regular season that year, winning 67 games, led by the MVP Dirk Nowitzki. However, they were no match against the small ball running gun shoot a lot of threes style by Don Nelson. They were one of the first teams to really go to a 6'5" and under lineup. 2 of the next 3 seasons, they would be eliminated in the first round. Dirk, that 2011 season, had averaged 23 points and 7 rebounds, but when the playoffs started, he elevated his play, scoring 28 points and 8 rebounds. Dirk drove defenses crazy as he was falling, turning around one leg out of balance, fading away from left and right, but still making his jumpers. He was doing that at 7 feet tall. You're not blocking his jump shot. The Mavs and Dirk played incredibly as a team, playing team defense, moving the ball, and making them hard to guard. They were able to defeat Miami in 6 games. When it was all said and done, the Dallas Mavericks had a record of 16 wins to 5 losses in that postseason, despite being underdogs. Stephen A. Smith may have said a lot about these European players, but one thing is for sure. The second best league is located in Europe because of the talent that's coming out of there. Do you think Stephen A. Smith's analysis of these players is right? Please tell us what you think in the comments down below. And once again, make sure to leave a like on this video and hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching another Swish Central video, and join us next time for more NBA basketball content.